Residential proxies can cost you $8 a gigabyte. Data center proxies, a fraction of that. And for a lot of tasks, they work just as well. Hey, I'm Inessa from Oxylabs, and today we're diving into data center proxies, when they are the smart choice and when they're not. Let's start with the basics. A proxy is simply an intermediary server with its own IP address that sits between you and the website you're trying to reach. A data center proxy is a proxy whose IP address comes from a data center or cloud hosting provider, not from an internet service provider. When you send a request, your real IP gets temporarily replaced by an IP leased from a data center. These IPs are created at scale, which means data center proxies come with a few big advantages. They're extremely fast, they're stable, they're available in huge volumes, and they're the most affordable proxy type out there. So how do they actually work? It's pretty straightforward. When you make a request, instead of going directly to the target website, your traffic is routed through the data center proxy first. The proxy forwards your request using its own IP address. The website responds to that IP, and the proxy passes the data back to you. Your real identity stays hidden the whole time. Now, here's where it gets important for your scraping. If you send too many requests from a single IP, most websites will rate limit you. And once that limit is reached, your access can stall. The solution is to use a larger pool of data center proxies and spread your requests across many IPs, which keeps your requests flowing smoothly. That's exactly how large-scale data collection maintains reliable access. Now, data center proxies aren't the only option, so let's quickly see how they compare to the other two main types. Residential proxies use real residential IP addresses provided by ISPs. These IP addresses are attached to physical locations across the globe at a country or at a city level. Requests coming from residential proxies stand out for their legitimacy, but they are slower and more expensive. ISP proxies are a hybrid. They're hosted in data centers like Datacenter Proxies, so they are fast, but they are registered under ISPs, so they also provide the anonymity of residential proxies. And data center proxies, they're the speed and cost champions. The trade-off is that because of their IPs don't come from an ISP, some websites treat them differently, which can affect performance on certain targets. But with a premium, dedicated provider, that's far less of a concern. Here is the quick rule of thumb. Choose data center proxies when speed, scale, and cost matter most, and residential when you need maximum anonymity on tough targets. ISP proxies sit nicely in between if you want a balance of both. There is one more distinction worth knowing: shared versus dedicated data center proxies. Shared proxies are used by multiple people at the same time. They're cheaper and usually priced per IP or by traffic usage, great for low traffic tasks that need a large, diverse pool of IPs. Dedicated data center proxies, on the other hand, are reserved for you and you alone. Since no one else shares them, you get more consistent performance and reliable access. They are ideal for serious, large-scale projects where stability matters. At Oxylabs, we offer both shared and dedicated data center proxies. Dedicated proxies are designed exclusively to a single client, meaning the IPs are entirely your own. So when you should actually reach for data center proxies? They shine in cases like price monitoring, tracking competitor prices across e-commerce sites, market research, gathering data at speed and scale, large-scale high-speed scraping like collecting thousands of product listings or articles fast, review and website change monitoring, tracking customer reviews and catching page updates like new products or content changes, and budget-friendly projects where you need lots of IPs at a low cost per IP. In short, if your priority is speed, scale, and cost efficiency, data center proxies are the way to go. One last but crucial point. Always use proxies responsibly. Only collect publicly available data, respect each website's terms, and choose a reputable provider that sources its IPs ethically and follows strict KYC standards. With Datacenter Proxies, ethical sourcing and a trustworthy provider matter more than anything. And that's Datacenter Proxies in a nutshell. Fast, scalable, cost-effective, and perfect for high-volume data collection. If you want a deeper dive into residential, ISP, or any other proxy type, check out our blog. Links in the description. Got questions? Drop a comment down below. And if you need a hand with any Oxylabs product, reach us at support@oxylabs.io. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.